In Nigeria's evolving political landscape ahead of the 2027 general elections, a fresh headline has stirred conversation once again. The Nigeria Democratic Congress, known as the NDC, has publicly urged two of the country's most influential opposition figures, Peter Obi and Rabiu Kwankwaso, to defect to its platform and contest the presidency under its banner. At first glance, it sounds like just another political invitation, but underneath it lies a deeper question. Is this a genuine attempt to build a winning coalition, or just political symbolism designed to attract attention in a crowded pre-election season? Let us look at the full report. The Nigeria Democratic Congress (NDC) has called on Peter Obi and Rabiu Kwankwaso to join its platform and contest the 2027 presidential election under its banner. In a statement posted on its official X handle on Sunday, the party suggested that both politicians have a limited time to decide on the offer. All we need right now, just all we need, 2 weeks to the deadline, the message says. The post also included an image showing Obi and Kwankwaso shaking hands with the caption, "Nigeria will be okay." This development follows the recent launch of the OK movement by supporters of both politicians, aimed at building momentum for a possible joint presidential ticket ahead of 2027. Justin Ije, the National Publicity Secretary of the group, confirmed the formation of its national leadership structure, along with zonal and state-level coordination teams. Obi and Kwankwaso remain influential figures within the African Democratic Congress (ADC), a party currently dealing with the internal leadership disagreements. On April 22, the Supreme Court reserved its ruling on an appeal filed by a faction led by David Mark against a case brought by rival chairman Nafiu Bala. At the same time, the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) has set May 30, 2026 as the deadline for parties to submit membership registers and nominate candidates for the 2027 general elections. Opposition parties, including factions of the ADC, PDP, and NNPP, recently urged INEC to extend the deadline for party primaries to the end of July. They argue that the current schedule may place opposition groups still resolving internal disputes at a disadvantage. Now, to understand this, we need to break it down in layers: the players, the timing, the strategy, and the reality of Nigerian politics. Let us start with the two names at the center of this discussion. Peter Obi and Rabiu Kwankwaso are not ordinary politicians in today's Nigeria. Both command strong regional loyalty, structured political movements, and significant youth-driven support bases. Peter Obi is widely associated with reform-driven politics and a strong urban youth following that surged during the 2023 elections. Rabiu Kwankwaso maintains deep influence in northern Nigeria through the Kwankwasia movement, which is known for its discipline and grassroots structure. Now, the idea of these two figures aligning on one ticket is not new. It has been discussed informally, speculated widely, and even desired by some opposition supporters who believe a united front could challenge the ruling party more effectively. But here is the key issue. Both may also represent different political philosophies, regional dynamics, and strategic ambitions. So when a smaller or emerging party like the NDC calls on both to defect and run under its platform, the first question is simple: how realistic is that? Now, what is NDC's position? Opportunity or strategy? The Nigeria Democratic Congress is positioning itself as a possible alternative platform for a broader coalition. But in Nigeria's political reality, party strength is not just about branding. It is about national structure, funding networks, grassroots mobilization, electoral history, elite alliances. Without this, even the strongest candidates struggle. So why would such a party extend an invitation to two heavyweight politicians? There are three possible interpretations. 1. Attention strategy. The most immediate explanation is visibility. By mentioning Obi and Kwankwaso, the NDC instantly inserts itself into national political conversation. In modern politics, attention is currency. Even if the proposal is unlikely, it achieves relevance. 2. Coalition signaling. Another interpretation is that the party is attempting to position itself as a neutral coalition platform ahead of possible opposition realignments. With internal crises affecting major parties like the ADC, PDP, and NNPP, smaller platforms may hope to become backup vehicles for dissatisfied politicians. 3. Negotiation positioning. In some cases, such public invitations are not literal offers, but pressure tools. They signal openness while indirectly challenging bigger parties to respond or risk losing high-profile figures. Now let us look at the timing and why it matters. Timing is everything in politics, and this development did not happen randomly. The report references key electoral timelines. 1. INEC has fixed May 30, 2026 as the deadline for party membership registers and candidate nominations. 2. Opposition parties are already pushing for extensions due to internal disputes. 3. Primaries and alignments are expected to intensify significantly in the coming months. This creates a pressure cooker environment where 1. Politicians are evaluating their platforms. 2. Alliances are being quietly negotiated. 3. Internal party conflicts are unresolved. And 4. Electoral deadlines are approaching fast. In such a period, even symbolic invitations like this one can influence conversations behind closed doors. Let us look at the OK movement factor. Another important detail in the report is the mention of the OK movement, reportedly backed by supporters of both Obi and Kwankwaso. This is significant for one reason. It shows that the idea of collaboration is not entirely coming from political elites. It is also being driven by supporter groups. In Nigerian politics, grassroots movements can sometimes push elite politicians into negotiations they would otherwise avoid. However, there is a difference between supporter enthusiasm and actual political agreement. Many coalition ideas in Nigeria begin with public excitement but collapse when structure, zoning, and leadership decisions come into play. Let us also look at internal party instability, which is the hidden driver. The report also highlights ongoing leadership disputes within the African Democratic Congress (ADC), along with court cases and factional struggles. This matters because instability inside political parties often triggers defections, realignments, and the search for safer platforms. When parties are divided internally, ambitious politicians begin to look outward. That is where smaller parties try to insert themselves as alternatives. But again, survival of a party in Nigerian presidential politics is not just about offering tickets, it is about delivering votes across regions. Let us look at what this means for 2027. Even if the specific offer does not materialize, it reveals something important. The opposition landscape is still fluid. Key indicators for 2027 include ongoing coalition attempts, internal party disputes, emerging movements like OK movement, and early positioning by smaller parties. In short, the race is already being shaped, not by official campaigns, but by early alliance signals. Now, over to you, Gist Angle family. What do you think? Is this NDC offer a real political move or just attention-seeking strategy? Do you believe Peter Obi and Kwankwaso could ever run on the same ticket in 2027? If they eventually team up, do you think any party can realistically defeat them? Is a new or smaller party like NDC capable of producing a presidential winner in Nigeria? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's discuss.
It's Gist Angle.